Good morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 60 of Aokana,蒼の彼方のフォーリズム. As usual, or for those who have seen the previous series of mine, we have passed our first H-Scene, so the scene you are seeing from here, compared to the last episode, is different. I used to upload those H-Scenes to Patreon, but I've kind of put that on hiatus for now. Not sure when I'm going to continue that. Anyway, yeah, so H-Scene started as where I thought it would. I was a bit hesitant at first when I started because they use words and vocabulary that does hint towards those scenes, so I knew it was coming up. But yeah. As for if there were anything interesting in that scene, not really. There were, of course, a few issues with translation. Not too bad. Didn't really irritate me at all. But there was just a weird thing when they were on the bench or chair of the bus, but the translation said bed, which was weird. Anyway, another thing I felt was interesting was Rika being quite forceful. Not forceful in a sense, but more, not really aggressive, but proactive maybe is the right word. I didn't expect that, honestly. If they had kind of hinted towards it, building up with their relationship, perhaps, but I didn't sense that, so I don't know. Anyway, what we can expect going forward is them probably being a bit more together, a bit more loving together, I guess you could say. Show it a bit more, I should say. So the others might pick up on their relationship a lot sooner, and we'll see what everyone thinks about it. And then, what was the other thing? Right, at the end of the scene, there was the end of chapter 7. So we are in the new chapter. I don't know what it is. We haven't actually even seen the chapter 8 card yet, so this is kind of that in the middle section. I'm not too sure how many chapters there are. I don't want to know how many there are because that just tells me how far I am. I don't want to know that. So, yeah, let's see what's going to happen. August has already come and gone, but it still feels like summer in Kyushu. Today's a real scorcher, and it just so happens to be the first day of our school as well. It's September, so it's time for the second semester to start at Kunohama. Sorry, because I'm in the southern hemisphere, September to me is spring. So when I thought September, but wait, what happened to the fall tournament? What happened to that tournament? Did we go past it? No, but it's gonna happen now. So yeah, just a slight mix up in my head. We're finally done with classes. And as soon as we are, Asuka practically flings herself toward my seat. Yeah, I'm sure she would be quite excited to start again since she's one of the ones who enjoy flying circuits. There's no need to repeat yourself, Asuka. Sure, but before that, Asuka. you know that Rika's practicing with us now, right? Sure she would know?
はい、もちろん知ってますけど。
Yeah, that's a weird question, a weird thing to say. If you notice anything at all, just let me know, no matter what it is. That's gonna tell me that she'll notice the relationship between them and she'll just say it. Show me through your actions if you need to. I give you permission for anything. Bit confused.
わかりました。
Oh, it looks like she's also confused. Asuka doesn't seem to understand, but I'll move on anyway. Well, let's get to practice. Come on.
はい。というわけで。
Asuka takes a deep, emotional breath.
今日から練習に復帰します。わあ！よろしくお願いしますね。
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu is an obvious... What it means is just looking forward to working with you all, in a sense.
マサヤの言いつけをちゃんと守ってこっちに顔を出さないなんて意外だったな。
So she didn't even participate in meetings? Club meetings?
アスカ先輩のことですから、練習に来ないのは辛かったんじゃありませんか？確かにそれはありましたけど、だけどみんなの練習を見てしまったら、うずうずして練習して怪我を悪化させちゃったと思います。それにコーチから DVD をたくさん借りましたから、踏み台昇降とかして足腰を鍛えながら見てました。
マサヤ DVD それって
私たちには想像不能なくらいすごいの。すごいの？
Sugoi is a really hard word to translate. It's one of those words that has quite a few meanings to it, and depending on the context, it can mean a lot of things. So it's actually pretty hard for me to comment on that.
違います。
Why do you always go out of your way to make me look like a perv?
なんでかっていうと、それはマサヤだから。それがマサヤがマサヤである理由だから。
So, at first I read this as, well, I mean, you are you, Masaya. I'm speaking the truth, but you are is to me not the right way. If it was, I mean, you are you, you are Masaya. Masaya is what Masaya is. I'm just speaking the truth. That I would understand, because that's kind of what she's saying as well. But just saying, just because you are. It sounds a bit weird. It's a bit hard for me to really say, but yeah. Oh, come on. You're making me sound like a toast comeback. Only things on those discs were Flying Circus matches.
DVD をたくさん見て FC のを鍛えていましたから。だから頭で練習していたような感じなので、お休みの間もそれほど辛くはありませんでした。頭の中で練習をしてたんですか？はい、とっても充実していました。アスカさんはなんだかすごいですね。何がですか？
そうそう、アスカってすごいんだよ。
Again, using Sugoi, but this time they're using insane. See what I mean? It's hard to translate that word. Misaki claps Rika on the back while laughing. Asuka, you had a wrist injury, so I'm going to keep you away from actual matches for now.
はい、
I thought she was healed, or recovered, I guess you could say. I'm probably going too easy on her, but better safe than sorry. We'll start with field flying, same as always.
Hi!
Okay, so I don't know if it's going to... Okay, no, it didn't. I thought it was going to do the Chapter 8 intro, but it might soon. Asuka stands beside me, staring up at everyone else while they practice. How does being back at practice feel?
とっても気持ちよかったです。コーチに教えてもらっていた基礎体力のトレーニングを続けていたせいか、前より飛行姿勢が安定してきた気がします。
I see. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise then.
災い転じて福となすだね。そうかもしれませんね。
Asuka mutters as she looks back toward the field. Hmm? Asuka's fidgeting. You okay?
そのリカちゃんがましろちゃんとしているあの練習。
Oh, that one. Rika charges in at Mashiro headfirst, pushing her toward the water. It's the Suishida. I've been having them study the technique as part of our anti-Kurobuchi plan.
その
She wants to participate in it. Asuka's still fidgeting.
どうしたの？トイレ？いえ、そうじゃなくて。
Asuka fixes her gaze on me.
あれってラフプレイが得意な選手と試合をする時のための練習ですよね。
Yeah.
ラフプレイをする選手って、つまり黒渕さんを想定した練習ってことですよね。
Yeah. Asuka only beat Kurobuchi because she was disqualified. And Rika's never even played her. So no one's actually lost to her. But if you lost to a speeder, you'd want to practice taking on speeders, right? Not only does working on your own weakness make you physically stronger, but also makes you mentally stronger. Going to a match thinking I've conquered my weakness rather than just I have weaknesses can lead to a completely different outcome. For better or worse, Rika can't move forward unless she defeats Kurobuchi. Yeah, okay. So for a second I thought it was Kurobochi, but it's Kurobuchi, okay. Personally, I'm fine with just ignoring her. But this is a hurdle Rika wants to transcend.
前にですか。
Yeah, I know it sounds a bit melodramatic, but it's the plain truth.
いえ、そういうことってあると思います。
She wants to speak up. Asuka suddenly raises her voice. Oh, what's up? Asuka sort of curls up, drawing in a deep breath.
私、書道部に行ってきます。
I just tilted my head, thinking, the calligraphy club? Why?
行きます。フライ。
The only thing I can think of, she wants to make like a banner or something, make like a sign, you know, like when you want to support somebody, you make those like flags, like sign type things you want to support people with. The only thing I can think of. Hey! Asuka flies away before I can stop her. I feel like I've inspired her somehow, but why is she going to the calligraphy club? I don't get it. Hey, can you tell me why you flew off now? You also changed out of her practice gear into her flight suit.
書道部に友達がいるので、半紙と筆と墨を使わせてもらいました。
Cool. But what does calligraphy have to do with anything? I've never had the urge to indulge in that hobby. I mean, I guess you can call it a hobby, but some people do think of it as an important skill rather than calling it a hobby. I don't know.
それはもちろん決意表明のためです。
Okay. Oh, what now? Asuka spins around on the spot.
Rika-chan!
She yells up toward the field. Rika stops practicing and descends towards Asuka.
どうかしましたか?
Asuka stomps her feet on the ground, drawing herself up to full height as she thrusts a letter out toward Rika. She's confused. I wonder how they did it in Japanese. Yeah, it's like not too sure, not too sure. I much prefer the Japanese there. Like, when I heard this, I was like, I can hear something. But if I didn't know something was probably going to happen, which obviously didn't, but I mean, I felt like something was going to happen, so I waited. That was correct. Rika freezes in confusion.
どうしたんですか?
何何?
I hope someone makes a joke of it being a love letter. Everyone's crowded around Asuka. What did you write? I walk around Asuka to get a look at the front of the paper. Huh? The calligraphy is pretty bad, but...
果たし状です。
Okay. Okay, obviously it's written the same as this challenge. I knew this was going to happen, and I wanted to change it just because I knew it was going to happen. And I still love the ability to see this. It changed with the translation. In the terms of translation, that's one thing I love about this. So now, is she challenging Rika? I see. I never would have guessed this was why she flew off. Wait, no, this is calligraphy was bad. I mean, it looks fine. I mean, obviously it's not like how calligraphy would go. It's more like just normal writing. But yeah, because with the way they write it itself, the way calligraphy goes, you can see the brush marks, the way they drag it. Yeah, yeah, okay.
果たし状とは?
Rika tilts her head, clearly confused.
喧嘩をしましょうというお手紙のことだね。
はあ。ん？ということは、私とアスカさんが喧嘩を？
ましろ。
私はアスカ先輩に500円で。じゃあ私はリカちゃんに300円。
Hey, don't stop betting on them.
喧嘩ではありません。リカちゃんと試合をしたいんです。 私と試合ですか？
Rika glances over at me. Well, why not? Didn't you say you didn't want her to participate in any matches for now? You finished warming up, so there's nothing stopping you.
私はいいですけど。
Asuka seems to have made a full recovery, plus I thought you wanted to face her. Okay, now what he's saying is a bit contradicting. Maybe I misread it, I'm not too sure.
はい。理由はよくわからないですけど、アスカさんからこんなに強くお願いされるなんて正直嬉しいです。
Hold on, let me just see that again.
はい。理由はよくわからないですけど、アスカさんからこんなに強くお願いされるなんて正直嬉しいです。
Okay, so from what I've gathered from the sentence itself, what she was saying that she's not too sure what's really going on, but Asuka's become quite strong, or she's grown stronger, so I'm actually quite happy to be going up against her. So this part and this part I can agree with, but there was something about Asuka where is it? Asuka-sanからこんなに強くお願いされるなんて Is that お願い? I'm not too sure, so can't remember. But yeah, there was a bit in the middle that they kind of missed out.
嬉しいとかダメですよ。果たし合いなんですから。決闘ですから。喧嘩ですから。喧嘩じゃありませんけど、喧嘩なんです。
I finally make out the look in Asuka's eyes. Oh, I get it now. Okay, once Rika's changed into a flight suit, we'll start the match.
まだ完治してないアスカちゃんに試合させてもいいのかな?
Yeah, that's what's confusing me. I tested her a bunch and she seems to be back to full strength. It should be fun. Okay.
なるほど。マサヤはそういう風にダダをこねられるといろいろ許しちゃうんだ。
勉強になります。
I wouldn't let them do anything, but I definitely won't stop them from practicing more.
そんなつまんないこと言われてもな。
ですよね。
Okay, let's start the match. I'll be the second for both of you, but I won't give any actual instructions. Rika, Asuka, head over to first.
はい、フライ。飛びます。
The two of them say their activation keys, then fly away. Misaki, can you be the referee?
いいよ。
Hold on, Misaki. I call her over.
何?
I lower my voice. Go easy on any rule violations. Okay, I think I understand what he's going and what Asuka is going for now. Because they want Rika to practice and get used and get to know, or she's learning to fight, to get ready to fight Kurobuchi. But that's a different thing from practicing and then actually facing the person itself. So what they're doing now is Asuka's going to fight dirty, going to play like Kurobuchi against Rika. That's why Masaya's understanding of that and has asked Misaki to go easy on the rule violations. It's interesting because I kind of picked up on this mainly because there was a similar thing in an anime, Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime where one boxer is going to fight up against another opponent, but that opponent is unique. Doesn't normally box a normal way. So they used one of their training partners to kind of fight in that boxer's style to try and practice against that style, I guess you could say. So that's where I kind of got the idea from that.
そうなの？アスカは病み上がりなんだから厳しめに見た方が安全なんじゃ？
No, don't worry about that. Rika won't do anything too rough.
そうだけど。
Misaki stares over at the two girls hovering near first.
わかった。ま、アスカのことだからやりたいようにやるでしょ。
Wonder if she's picked up on it. Exactly. I'm counting on you.
了解了解。じゃあ、飛ぶにゃんと。
Misaki says her activation key. If I'm right about what Asuka intends to do, then she's trying to help Rika. Though, I've got to say, it'll be a pretty rough lesson. Why is everyone here so damn stubborn? I smile wryly.
じゃ、まあ、私が審判をするから。よ
ろしくお願いします。
Asuka turns toward Rika with a confused expression on her face.
リカちゃんはどうして高藤じゃなくてここで練習してるんですか？それは高藤ではできなかった経験をすることで自分の幅を広げて成長につなげたいからです。すごい真面目なんですね。高藤だけで練習していると自分が型にはまってしまいそうな気がして、だから砂浜の皆さんと練習させてもらってます。そんなこと言っておいて本当は違うんじゃありませんか？
Yeah, she's really saying, you say all that, but are you sure there isn't another reason?
違うってどういう意味ですか？本当に FC の練習のために砂浜に来てるのかなって。
So, I wonder if this is her way of provocation? I don't know if she's trying to act like Kurobuchi already, or if this is actually what she's asking.
それ以外に何かありますか？マサヤさんとか？
Or maybe she's just actually quite observant. And I wonder if Masaya is really listening into this.
マサヤさんに会いたいからこっちに練習をしに来てるんじゃないかなと思って。違います？違います。私は練習をしに来てるのであって。練習を言い訳に使ってマサヤさんに会いに来ているんです。ですね。だから。
はいはーい、リカちゃん。試合前に長々と無駄な会話をしないように。
変なことを言い出したのはアスカさんの方です。そうでしたか？どうしてとぼけるんですか？
そういうのはどっちでもいいから、二人とも会話ストップ。
はい、わかりました。死後はやめましょうね、リカちゃん。アスカさん。
じゃ、始めるよー。セット。スタート。
As you can probably tell, I'm going to say something already. I really don't understand. I've mentioned it so many times already, but why do they not just use what they say? It is so obvious that she says start. Start. I mean, they probably obviously want to go more dramatic and go in a sense like more. Anyway. The two of them start at the exact same time. Asuka's an all-rounder while Rika's a speeder. Normally Rika would score the first Buri touch, while Asuka would jump to the second line to wait. How did Kurobuchi play again? Was she a fighter or an all-rounder? I don't think she was a speeder. I can't recall. However, Asuka glides forward along the line instead. And she's humming to herself happily as she does. An all-rounder's initial velocity gives them the advantage on the first line, but they'll be left in dust by line 2 or 3. Rika is gradually approaching Asuka, who's ahead of her. When she's about level with Asuka's shoulder, Asuka turns to face her. Rika seems kind of angry as she turns to face Asuka. Asuka stretches out an arm to block Rika. And she manages to touch Rika's shoulder. The two of them are pushed away from each other by the recoil, but having initiated the touch, Asuka regains her form first. Despite her momentarily ruined form, the recoil has pushed her further ahead, so she hasn't lost any speed. On the other hand, Rika got sent backward, which means she slowed down considerably. Rika turns towards Misaki, who's refereeing. Contact on the first line is forbidden. That's the most basic rule of flying circus. It's gonna hurt me, Rika, yeah.
でも私からは見えなかったし、アスカも恋じゃないだろうからプレイ続行ということで。
I've been watching in silence, but I choose to finally speak up. Rika, there'll be times when the referee won't stop play because of a rule violation. You'll focus on the match when that happens. There's no point complaining. This is already showing that Rika is still... What would be the right word to use here? This might sound like a harsh word, but naive. She's still trying to play by the books as well as try and think that everything will play normal. It just seems like she's not ready to fight Kurobuchi just yet. Asuka comes to a halt in front of the second and turns around.
Rika-chan? 何でしょうか? 私、V にタッチしてもいいですか? それともリカちゃんに譲りましょうか?
Provocation.
どうぞタッチなさってください。では私は先にセカンドラインに行ってますから。
Asuka used the recoil from touching the second to start heading toward the second line. Rika jumps over to it as well and starts chasing Asuka down.
追っかけてきましたね。さすがにスピード対決で勝てるとは思わないので。
Asuka starts up a scissors to get into a position to touch Rika's back. Rika slows down in an attempt to be more careful. Normally, when your opponent tries to use scissors or a similar maneuver, you fly as fast as possible to shake them off. That's also what speeders excel at, but the incident on the first line has Rika playing scared.
Rika-chan, ドッグファイトしましょうよ。しません。それなら 私こういうことしますよ。
Asuka stretches out both arms like a stag beetle's pincers, tempting Rika toward her. Rika slows to a crawl. All Asuka's doing is threatening to use the pincers on her. I've already taught Rika how to deal with it, so this should be no sweat. Things have been going great during practice, but her diligent personality still shows itself at times like this. And also, I think that she's also a bit bewildered, because she probably didn't expect Asuka to be doing this. Asuka does a rotation in the air through a sharp angled high yo-yo, aiming to get behind Rika's back. Rika's lost her composure. She's lured forward by Asuka's movements, which exposes her back. Rika uses the force from being touched to dive into a low yo-yo and head toward third. It's actually quite interesting now that we see the improvement that Asuka's been through, how much stronger she's become. Asuka, matching Rika's timing, also heads toward the buoy. Asuka's movements are so smooth that it's hard to imagine she hasn't practiced in such a long time. Rika, Asuka's chasing your back. If you go straight for third, you'll be in trouble. I know what's on Rika's mind right now. I thought of that as well. Whenever I think of Kurobuchi and the buoy now, I always think about the force. Who did she use it against? Was it against Asuka? I can't recall. Where she pushed the person into the buoy while pinching them at the same time. The force between both really putting a lot of damage on the person. Okay, it was against Asuka. Their memories of Asuka's match with Kurobuchi and how Asuka got concussed. The sight of Kurobuchi chasing after Asuka from behind, arms and legs spread out to pincer her. Rika leans forward and flies toward the underside of the buoy. Seeing this,
V、タッチしますね。
Asuka says that and slowly touches the buoy, using it to saw down the third line. Rika's shoulders heave.
わかりました。
Understand what?
アスカさんは黒渕さんの真似をしてくれている。そうですよね。
In a way, yeah. But I bet it's a little different from what you think.
どういう意味ですか？
Asuka isn't just copying Kurobuchi. She's becoming her.
同じ真似じゃなくて同じ。
Kurobuchi tries to provoke her opponents with words to make them uneasy, to plant fear in them, to gain the upper hand. She does it all to win, and that's what Asuka's doing now. She's come to understand Kurobuchi's inner workings, so she's not just copying her on a surface level. You've been preparing to face rough opponents, right?
はい。
So it's been bothering me. This, it's just her hair, but it just looked like her skin was like poking out a bit. But it's just because the hair on her neck, but on the side of her neck, it's just to me just. There's nothing wrong with how you were practicing, but now that you're afraid, you can't put what you've learned to use, can you?
はい。
Rika's reply is tinged with frustration. Listen, this is what Kurobuchi's style is all about. You prepared yourself for it, but she's still caught up in it.
どうすればいいんでしょうか？
The answer to that question is the playstyle you wish to have, Rika. And it's the playstyle I want to teach you. Rika looks over at Asuka, then looks back at me. To have fun while you're flying. To enjoy flying circus.
こんな状況でもですか？
I mean, if you were to look at Asuka, she looks like she's having the time of her life. Of course.
だって相手は反則をしてくるんですよ。そんなのどうやって。
That's what makes it fun. There are people out there who are so desperate to score a win that they resort to cheating. Don't you think it's fun facing people with such strong desires?
わかりません。
Playing against opponents who are passionate about something is fun.
それはわかる気がしますけど。
They use fear and panic to try and win. But if you understand that and can still face them, it's fun. Playing flying circus is always fun, no matter your opponent.
マサヤさんってすごいです。そういうこと本当に思えるんですか？
I don't. If I did, I never would have quit flying circus. But you kept playing even after being someone like Kurobuchi. That means you have what it takes. That's actually a good way of putting it. It was obvious that we obviously know that Masaya quit flying circus because he wasn't having fun. But here he is saying that even if you're fighting against someone like Kurobuchi, you should have fun. And I actually like the line of saying, do you feel that way? And he doesn't, because obviously if he did, he never would have quit. I like this conversation here.
資質。
Having fun is about being proactive while you play, taking the fear and unrest and still moving forward. You can do that, Rika.
どうして断言できるんですか？
Because I've watched you, Rika. I've seen how much you love flying circus. Doing something you love is always fun, right?
はい。
I get that you hate foul play, but that's part of flying circus. The more things you love, the more things you enjoy.
はい。
I think you can learn to love all aspects of flying circus, Rika.
はい。
She gives me a firm nod.
ー
I was going to say, that's a really long line that they've been talking on. At this point, Asuka slides into our conversation.
実は私の方にも声が届く設定になってるんですよね。
Oh.
とっても暑いですね、コーチ。
Knock it off, you're embarrassing me.
かっこよかったですよ。試合はここで中止でいいですよね。
Sure, I think you got your point across, Asuka. Asuka approaches Rika.
リカちゃん、意地悪してごめんなさい。アスカさん。
Asuka's bow is really deep, to the point where I'm worrying about her poor spine.
先に黒渕さんみたいなことをするって言ってしまうと練習にならないと思って。ありがとうございました。
Now it's Rika's turn to bow deeply to Asuka.
私、今までずっと FC に対する考えが偏ってたんだなって、そのことがすごくよくわかりました。楽しく飛んで練習通りにすれば黒渕さんにも絶対に勝てると思いますよ。はい、今なら、はい、勝てると思います。
いやー、アスカがあんまりにもノリノリだったから不安になっちゃったよ。
私ノリノリでしたか？真面目にやったつもりだったんですけど。真面目にあんなこと言われたのだとしたら少しショックです。違います。私の考えじゃなくてリカちゃんが動揺しそうなことを真面目に考えただけですよ。なんとか言ってあげてください、マサヤさん。
Well, I think private matters are best sorted out in private.
急にそんなところで大人ぶらないでください。分かっています。本当にありがとうございました。リカちゃん、何ですか？嫌いにならないでくださいね。それはこれからのアスカさん次第かな。そんな。
A kilo interaction, yeah. First practicing session in our second semester has proven to be a very valuable experience for Rika. Though it does feel like she's holding some sort of grudge, so I decided to just make my escape. I mean, what else can I do, really? Now that you're all here, there's something I'd like to say. Something I've been hiding. And we'll see what he's hiding next time. Well, we obviously know what it is. But I wonder if it is that though. Or is it because I don't know if everybody else knows about his past, so it might also be that. It's gonna be interesting to see what he talks about. Because regardless, it's gonna be interesting to see their reactions. It's actually quite interesting to see this picture because we don't see the teacher or... it's been a while since I've seen his name. Can't remember his name, unfortunately. Shion. It's been a while since we've seen Shion. I mean, it was an interesting episode. I actually quite enjoyed the thing with Asuka trying to help Rika. Yeah, I didn't really have much of an issue today. It was actually quite nice. I was actually kind of expecting Rika to be a bit more... how can I say this? Show a bit of an after effect of their H-Scene. So I wanted there to be a bit of a... for someone to have noticed something. Add a bit of tension, a bit of mystery, a bit of curiosity among the members. Like, sure, it would be interesting for him to tell them and then for them to see their reaction, but I kind of wanted them to find out on their own. And I found about their relationship, and I think it would be quite interesting to see that. Yeah, not much else really to say. I actually quite enjoyed it. We are getting close to the fall tournament. Since it is September, we'll see when that is exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Looking forward to seeing what he's going to say. It could be his past, it could be about their relationship, it could be something else we don't know. But yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time.